That is political. But can we have one man, one value? So how we can achieve that goal, that objective? That is why today many people keep talking about new India. New India. What is that new India? Ask them to explain. What is that new India? I say, yes, I am fighting for new India. I am fighting for new India. My new India will be a classless, casteless new India. The Constitution, the fundamental tenets of the Constitution are being debased and dismantled. Do we understand this grave situation? The Constitution defines India should continue to be a secular democratic republic. Affirmative policy for upliftment of socially, educationally backward sections, discriminated sections. Now, the Supreme Court has put a ceiling 50%. More than 50% you can't have reservation. But you are bringing 10% reservation. Is it judicially valid? But that 50% is open to everybody. Even scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBC can demand in the open category. But this government has taken away, snatched away 10%. Presence is enough, and people take you as their man. So you come. That is how I went with Mr. VP Singh for that Kisan rally. Even whenever journalists used to go to him and call him Raja Sahab, VP Singh was called as Raja Sahab. So they used to call him Raja Sahab. Then some senior journalists came to me and said, we went and called Mr. VP as Raja Sahab. He told us, I am a Raja by accident, but the real Raja is sitting in CPI headquarters. That was the love and affection VP Singh had for me, and he had a great hope in me. Now we are celebrating his legacy. Yes, he was Prime Minister, and at a time of huge challenge, Mr. VP Singh undertook the responsibility of implementing Mandal Commission recommendations. That's why there was a great debate, Mandal versus Kamandal, Mandal versus Kamandal. Despite that challenge, Mr. VP Singh was determined to implement the policy of reservation to OBCs. Now, when we talk of his legacy, we are having a challenge. How long this reservation will continue? Reservation policy will continue. Because what is happening today, go out and see, there is no planning commission. You find a new board, Niti Ayog. What is being done? All public sector undertakings are privatized. All public sector undertakings are privatized. And where is reservation? Do we have reservation in private sector? I am asking you, do we have reservation in private sector? But this present government brought 10% reservation to economically weaker sections. I was in Parliament. I was very critical of that. I opposed it. It was not the legislative intent. How could you bring such a legislation? Because reservation is not a poverty alleviation program. It is a policy affirmative policy for upliftment of socially, educationally backward sections, discriminated sections. Now, the Supreme Court has put a ceiling 50%. More than 50% you can't have reservation. But you are bringing 10% reservation. Is it judiciary valid? But that 50% is open to everybody. Even scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBC can demand in the open category. But this government has taken away, snatched away 10% from that open category. So this is the challenge we have today. How we are going to fight? How we are going to fight? Social justice. Our constitution given to us by Dr. Ambedkar and galaxy of leaders makes it clear we the people of India should strive for justice, social, political and economic. We the people of India should strive for liberty, equality and fraternity. Today what is happening? Today what is happening? The constitution, the fundamental tenets of the constitution are being debased and dismantled. Do we understand this grave situation? The constitution defines India should continue to be a secular democratic republic. Now what is happening? What is happening? Mr. VP Singh should stand up against the challenge of commander in order to implement Mandal recommendations. Now, what is happening? There is a challenge from right-wing communal fascist forces to make India as a theocratic state. Dr. Ambedkar said India should remain to be a secular democratic republic. If at all Hindu Rashtra becomes a reality, Ambedkar said it will be a calamity. So we are facing a calamity. How are we going to stop the calamity? I am asking you. How are we going to stop the calamity? That is where we should have that will and the determination of VPC. We should stand up against these fascist communal forces in order to save India as a democratic republic. That is what the tribute we can pay to the great man, VPC. And Constitution makes it clear, state should ensure all means of livelihood to all our citizens, men and women. And wealth shall not be concentrated in the hands of a few. Means of production should be with the government, state. Today what is happening? The whole country is handed over to a few corporate houses, big business houses. Where are we? What are we talking about social justice? I am asking you. How can we establish social justice? How can we have political justice? You may claim Mr. Adani has one vote, you have one vote, so both are equal? I am asking. This is exactly Ambedkar asked. We can have one vote, one man. That is political. But can we have one man, one value? So how we can achieve that goal, that objective? That is why today many people keep talking about New India. New India. What is that New India? Ask them to explain. What is that New India? I say, yes, I am fighting for New India. I am fighting for New India. My New India will be a classless, casteless New India. My New India, where women will have equal rights, gender equality. That is why as communists, I keep saying, We have three fundamental challenges in Indian society. One is caste, the other one is class, third one is patriarchy. Unless you take up these challenges and remove, why Dr. Ambedkar talked about annihilation of caste? Annihilation of caste. How many castes? Now, nationalism, patriotism, which are brought for discussion. Ambedkar said, as long as castes remain in true psychological, social sense, India cannot be called as a nation. Caste is anti-national. Caste is anti-national. You go anywhere, caste follows you. And caste is a monster. It crosses your path. No use of talking about political reforms, economic reforms, unless you fight this monster. So, annihilation of caste, we have to fight. We have to fight. And here, the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBCs, all must think they are alike. And why there is conflict between OBCs and scheduled caste Dalits? I am asking you, why there should be conflict? Why there should be conflict? Even today, the Dalits are not allowed to enter into temple. Dalit cannot grow moustache. They cannot ride on horseback. What is this country? What is the civilization we keep talking about? Whereas I find Mr. V.P. Singh could have led a very royal life if he wanted. If he wanted. In fact, I have personal knowledge. I was associated in that process. When the United Front was formed, the first choice for Prime Minister was Mr. V.P. Singh. We all asked him, you be the candidate of United Front for Prime Ministership. V.P. Singh said, no, I have taken a public stand. What was the public stand? Hereafter, I will not accept any office of Prime Minister or anybody. No public office. I will not accept. I made it clear to my people, our people, openly. I will not go back. So we have no depth of leaders. You think of others. You think of others. That was Mr. V.P. Singh, a man of great integrity. Man of great integrity. Great will. That is why today we are here to pay our respects to V.P. Singh. But when we talk of his legacy, we should understand what are the challenges before us. How are we going to save this nation? How are we going to fight for justice, social justice? How are we going to fight social justice? Here, I think, as communist, I can be very frank with you. I keep telling the communists who follow the ideology of Marx, at the same time, the people who follow the ideology of Ambedkar, the people who follow the ideology of Periyar, and all social reformers must work together, come together and move forward, fighting this present establishment. That's what we should understand. Now, if you want to fight caste, class, patriarchy, all these three currents must come together. And these are the dimensions we face today. And we have to bring people united. Bring people united. And here, one scholar was talking about tribal people at the beginning. I'm telling you, now we are hearing the slogan, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Bharat Mata ki Jai. In Parliament once there was a discussion. I asked, you are saying Bharat Mata ki Jai, Bharat Mata. Who is your Bharat Mata? Please tell me. Please tell me. I said, if you ask my Bharat Mata, I can tell you. You go out, my Bharat Mata is cleaning the toilet. If you go out, my Bharat Mata is going to school to teach children, going to the office. Then I said, you go to agricultural field. My Bharat Mata is shedding her sweat to produce the food for all of us, agricultural worker women. My Bharat Mata is living in jungle, safeguarding jungle. My Bharat Mata, I am clear. But are we defending the rights of our Bharat Mata? Why there is increasing atrocity against our women, our children? The wrestlers were fighting, and they all bring laurels to the country. They are pride of our country. But what happened? They are not Bharat Matas. They are not. They are Bharat Matas. This is the India we live today. There, I think, Mr. V.P. Singh left a great imprint in our history, and we must stand up to uphold his legacy and fight for a new India. We are also fighting for new India. And in order to fight new India, we have to save this India. So save India, then think of changing India. And now there is great threat to India and its future. Constitution is under attack. Democracy is under attack. And we, the people of India, must come together and fight together, move together in order to save India and change India. That is the greatest tribute we can pay to Mr. V.P. Singh. Thank you.